What's up everyone, it's Matt Deeks here with another video. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm dropping my top siege mode tips to help you and your team survive all the way to wave 15 and beyond on hard difficulty siege mode. Whether you're just starting out or trying to clean up your strategy, these are the key tactics and my top tips, tricks, and secrets that will keep your squad alive and help you dominate that final wave and all the way up to that final wave, because it's definitely not easy. With that being said, guys, appreciate you guys dropping by. Please leave a like, please subscribe, please share, and please comment below if you got any tips and tricks. You can help me and help other viewers as well, okay? Let's get straight into it. All right, guys, for tip number 1. Again, guys, let me just say quickly, these are just my opinions. These are what worked for me and my squad mates throughout many runs of siege mode. I've played so many different difficulties and different builds and with different teammates and classes that these are the tips that have helped me. Okay, guys, so again, if you got different tips, if you got different secrets, let me know down below. Always interested, always ready to learn. All right, tip number 1. Save the Dreadnought for wave 15, okay? The Dreadnought is a must-have for wave 15. Don't use it earlier. You realistically only have the currency to summon it once. And again, I'm talking about hard difficulty, okay? Most of my tips here will be beneficial for both, normal and hard. However, specifically, I'll make a note of specifically if this is for hard mode or not, okay? This is for hard mode. Normal mode, you could probably call in a Dreadnought more than once. You get currency like it's nothing. But on hard mode, it's way different, okay? So you only realistically have the currency to summon it once per round, okay, or once per gaming session, if you want to call it. Wait until the terminus enemies actually spawn, okay? So they don't spawn right off the bat, all right? Once they spawn, maybe mid-wave, for that last wave there, guys, then drop the Dreadnought, all right? Everyone should fight close to it so it can rack up as many kills as possible. You want to survive. That Dreadnought is there to help you survive. Those minutes fly by quick. So just make sure that you time it right, okay? Time it for when the actual big boys come, not when you got the Minoris and Majoris and even the Extremists. Wait until those Terminus bad boys come. Drop that Dread and watch it absolutely shred. All right, guys? Let's get into tip number 2. All right. So, tip number 2. Astartes reinforcements are MVP support units, okay? Astartes reinforcements are incredibly underrated. They're tanky, they dish out serious damage, and they usually survive for multiple waves if you place them well, okay? I recommend saving them for, you can save them for higher waves, but hey, if you got enough coinage, you can use them earlier. However, there are more important things to use earlier, which we'll get into later. So I recommend saving them for around wave 10 or 15 when things start to get wild, okay? Compared to Guardsmen, they're in totally different league, okay? They actually hold the line and contribute meaningfully, whereas we'll get into, the next tip, but the Guardsmen don't, all right? And that will lead me into tip 3. Skip Guardsmen reinforcements, okay, guys? I love the Guardsmen unit. I love Cadians. I love, the Imperial Guard. However, for this specific mode, don't waste your currency on these guys. They drop like flies, barely hold aggro for more than a few seconds. Stick with Astartes or save for the Dread or use it just for other things like ammo, stim packs, whatever. You'll get way more value, way more bang for your buck skipping on the Guardsmen reinforcements, okay? They're decent cannon fodder, but honestly, guys, they go down so quick and they do no damage. So in my opinion, guys, especially on hard mode, don't waste your currency, your hard-earned currency on Guardsmen. Okay, guys? Let's move on to tip number 4. And this is a huge one, guys. Prioritize ammo crates over boxes. Ammo crates benefit the whole team, while boxes only help one player. I mean, you can share the boxes, but they really don't do much. Yes, boxes are slightly cheaper, right? I believe they're 30 credits, but spawning crates saves your teammates from spending their own currency. Okay, that's a huge thing. If you're in a good squad, one player should focus on keeping ammo crates coming throughout the run. It's one of the best ways to support the team without jumping into direct combat. So please, don't get the ammo boxes unless you're low on, ammo. It's mid-wave. You only got 40 credits or 30 credits. Then that's a different story. You need it, right? And you don't have any perks that will get your ammo back. Totally understand in that case, but ammo crates are just so key, so important for the whole squad to keep that ammo going, because very rarely do you find ammo crates or ammo boxes just laying on the ground in the map on hard mode, okay? So very important, guys. Prioritize ammo crates over boxes, okay? Let's move on to tip number 5. Stims are clutch. Don't be afraid to use them. Now, a lot of people have different opinions on stims. I see a lot of people not wanting to use them in operations mode. I don't know if it's a thing where they don't want to be seen using a stim pack. I mean, for me, it's like, who cares? You're just trying to stay alive, right, and finish the operation. So stims can absolutely save your run. They clear mortal wounds, and get you back into the fight without waiting on a teammate. Especially in later waves, guys, keep one in your inventory at all times. That's what I recommend. That's what I do, at least personally. If you go down in a dangerous area, a stim might be your only shot at surviving. Okay, so if you're about to go down, your health's low, your buddies can't get to you, that stim pack is going to keep you in the fight. All right, guys, so be smart and save for them when it really matters. Don't just use them off the bat. Clear mortal wounds. Use them when you're kind of alone in a sector, or your last brother standing, and your health is low. You got to pop one, all right? It's better that than failing at the mission, all right? Tip number 6, all right, skip buying grenades and armor boosts, all right? These spawn all over the map, even on hard mode, guys, and you'll get them back throughout equipment recharge perks anyway. Many teammates and many people use equipment recharge perks. Whether it's not you, it's your teammate, right? Hopefully. So spend your currency on things that your perks don't cover, like reinforcements or ammo if you don't have an ammo perk for the team. Grenades and armor boosts are best grab from the environment, not bought. Don't waste your money on that, okay? Save your money. Tip number 7, kind of piggybacking on tip number 6. So tip number 7, Guardian Relics aren't worth it, okay? Aren't worth your time, aren't worth your credits. Revive relics might sound good, but most of the time your teammates will revive you before the relic even matters. Instead of spending a ton of currency on a relic, just keep a stim on hand. It's cheaper, more flexible, especially if you're trying to conserve for later game waves, the Dreadnought, ammo, reinforcements. Don't waste it on a Guardian Relic. Again, guys, just my opinion, but I wouldn't waste it on a Guardian Relic. All right, guys, tip number 8. Now, this is a big one, okay? Communicate and ping everything, okay? Communication is huge. Use pings for ammo, enemies, terminus spawn points, whatever helps your team stay in sync. Even if you're not using voice chat, pinging keeps everyone aware of what's going on, and it helps keep the team moving as one unit. Now, it's okay to spread apart, which we'll get into later tips. It's okay to spread apart, and that might actually be beneficial, which we'll get into later on in another tip. So that's why pinging is important. Also, you might be on another sector of a map, and you might need a stim pack. Your buddy and your teammates on another other side of the map sees a stim, pings it, you go, pop the stim, boom, you're still in the fight. That could save the entire mission, okay, the entire game. So pinging is key. All right, guys. All right, moving on to tip number 9. Assign roles for support station spending. So before things get hectic, try to decide who's buying what. Okay, this is really only beneficial if you can speak to your teammates. Even if they don't speak back, try, putting on your mic and talking to them. They might be able to hear you. Maybe they're just too shy to talk, and that's fine. I totally get it. I'm like that too sometimes. But pop on your mic and see if that works. Okay, guys, because they might hear you. So again, I'll repeat that again. Before things get hectic, try to decide who's buying what. So one player should handle ammo crates, another should cover reinforcements, and a third can save for the Dreadnought or grab emergency supplies like stims and all that. Coordinate spending prevents everyone from hoarding or duplicating the same purchases. There's nothing worse, guys, than buying 2 ammo crates and thinking, shit, that's a little too much ammo. We just wasted 400 credits between the two of us, right? So just communicate. It'll help you guys in not wasting credits. All right, guys, we're almost there. Got a few more tips remaining. Very, very important tips. Tip number 10, always do the side objectives. Side objectives give you extra currency. Very, very important, especially in hard mode when currency is very rare. Don't skip out on the objectives. Skipping them slows down your overall momentum. It really does, guys. Even if you're confident in your team, that extra cash makes wave 15 and beyond, and even just getting up to wave 15 a lot more manageable. Okay, guys? So tip number 11, spread out. I know this sounds kind of productive, but spread out and don't all stack up. This is not like operations where, you know, yes, you're experiencing hordes, but it's a little bit different. This is called horde mode for a reason. If you look at my screen right now, I got enemies on every damn side of me, okay? If you're packing up all together, you're gonna get even more enemies around you. So if you're protecting your, you know, your front, your back is gonna get absolutely wrecked, okay? Or your side, or your, right? So you got to spread out just a little bit. You know, you can still be within a sector, but don't bundle up, you know, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, okay? As cool as that looks, you know, spread out a little bit, okay? Stay within a sector. I call them sectors. So right now, you can see I'm just getting absolutely mangled by this Terminator. You know, right now we're all in kind of a similar sector. We're not on, you know, one side of the map, other side of the map. We're all together in the same sector. However, we're spread apart a bit so that the waves and the horde is a lot more manageable than, you know, bundling up all together. And then that terminus is just, you know, firing off those rockets and they're hitting us all. Okay, you got 3 different terminus firing their own rockets, or, you know, their own rockets at, you know, a small area. You're going to get absolutely mangled, okay? So spread apart just a bit, all right? Don't stack up together in one small spot. Okay, tip number 12, be ready for a long run. Now, a full run to wave 15 takes about, at least in my experience, took me a little over an hour. So if you don't have time, it's better not to start. Leaving halfway through screws over your squad, and bots won't fill your spot. They don't contribute, can't ping. Yes, they can revive you, but they can't buy support items, nothing. They're basically useless, especially on the higher waves, guys. You need real people, okay? So tip number 12, be ready for the long run. Tip number 13, if you have to leave, spend first. If something does come up and you have to leave early, at least use your remaining currency before you exit. Drop ammo, call reinforcements, or put it towards the Dreadnought. Okay, guys? Don't let your points go to waste. Help your team even if you can't stay. All right, guys? Very, very important. So tip number 13, again, if you got to leave, buy some stuff first for your boys. All right? Tip 14. Don't rage quit if you're dying a lot. Okay, guys? Everyone gets down sometimes, even the best players. If you're struggling, stay in the game. You know, horde mode is called horde mode for a reason. It's absolute craziness, okay? You're still contributing by earning currency and helping with support spending. A human player, you know, even one having a rough game is always more valuable than a bot. So don't just rage quit. Stay in there, guys. And even if you got to wait for that countdown, you know, just your teammate most likely will survive, your 2 teammates. And if they don't, at least you were there. At least you fought to the end. All right, guys? It's better to tell yourself that you stayed than quitting. All right? So don't rage quit. If you're dying a lot, it happens. All right? Even to the best of us. All right, guys? Tip number 15, a little bit of a bonus tip. Nothing crazy, but guys, as you know, you don't have 1,500 credits right off the bat. So slowly contribute over time to the Dreadnought every single wave or every other wave, okay? Very important. This Terminator is just a bum, man. I can't really, you know, focus on his moves are so erratic. They're tough to time, but sorry, a little tangent there. Yeah, back to the Dreadnought. Save a little bit each time for that Dreadnought, okay, guys? Very important. You know, you're not going to have 1,500 right off the bat, so just, you know, make sure you put a little bit, even if it's just 50 credits each wave. At the end of each wave, pop it in there. Even if it's just one person doing that or 2 people doing that, other person saves for other stuff. You know, that's better than, you know, not putting anything at all. Okay, thinking, oh, I gotta buy it all at once and save all my credits throughout. That's not a good tactic, in my opinion. You still want to be buying things throughout, whether it's stim packs or whatever you're assigned to do, ammo crates or whatever, right? Reinforcements. But buy a little bit of the, or contribute to the Dreadnought a little bit throughout each single wave, even if it's 50 credits. And you'll see, guys, by the higher waves, you'll have more than enough credits to buy that Dreadnought when it actually matters. Okay, guys? So that was the last little bonus tip, tip 15. Guys, those are my top tips to survive all the waves in all 15 waves and beyond in siege mode. If you found this helpful, make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel a ton. Okay, guys? Let me know down in the comments what worked for you, what kind of build you're running. I'm very interested to see your builds. And I'm trying to progress my bulwark here, my bulwark class, so I'm kind of running bulwark. But let me know what you guys prefer for siege mode, what kind of tips you have. Let me know down below if there's any tips I missed that really worked for you. I'm always interested to hear what you guys got to say. But guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you guys sticking in. And I will leave the rest of the gameplay going. I'll shut my mouth. You guys can stay and watch it. If you don't, I appreciate you guys staying up to this point, all right? Or even just clicking on the video. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Take care.
Augurs no longer detect any high-profile targets.
What needs grappling? I possess the relic. For the Emperor!
Reroute yourselves to the arsenal. Enemies detected near the arsenal. Head them off.
Where the enemy goes, we shall follow. Banner, ready to deploy.